Today, I have some of my favorites, some people that are really near and dear to my heart, and honestly, just a beast in this business, even though they don't give themselves credit for it. The Brady team, Mary and Ethan Brady. I'm so glad to have you guys here. And I really just want to dive into you guys and what you guys bring to the table, what y'all bring to your clients, all the good things. So tell me a little bit on how you guys started as a team.
So Ethan's been doing it for about 5 years. I came on about 6 months ago. And I think for us, it was just more how can we better serve people, but how can we also better serve our family, because we have 2 young girls. And so I think coming from healthcare, where flexibility isn't the standard, we just wanted to find what could just work for us in the season that we're in. And I think it's been a great fit. And we're really able to just kind of bounce off each other and help each other in the ways we need to.
She's on it up.
She usually does. Okay, well, let me ask you something, Ethan. Just because I've seen you flourish in this business, we actually got into it about at the same time. I remember when we first sat down, it's been literally like 4 years ago, and we were talking about Mary. But with that being said, you come from a background of
Law enforcement.
And how do you feel like that contributes to your business today?
I would say, looking back, it's designed me to be very diligent and persistent, very disciplined in the industry. I don't think without the law enforcement, particularly the highway patrol, how rigorous the training is and just design you, not just as a trooper, but as a person. I don't think without that training, I would be as good as I am today. Just communication, not giving up on your clients, not being a quitter, just trying to figure out, adapt, and overcome whatever it takes to achieve a goal.
Yeah. When people just bring up your name in a room, or even to me, they're talking about like who they may want to use and they say Ethan Brady, I'm always like, that is a person that will fight for you on your behalf. Like they're in your corner, because I feel like you are very like bold and straightforward. And I'm going to just say it, you do not take any pride. And that is a beautiful thing when it comes to serving your clients. I feel like that's how you help them win. Necessarily.
Yep.
Thoughts?
At times, Mary's told me multiple times, babe, you're really direct. Maybe you should rephrase that. I'm like, I just want people to know where I stand.
Yeah.
You know, I don't sugarcoat things. There's not a lot of gray area. It's black or white. I want you to know that I'm in your corner fighting for you. You know, I don't make money unless you buy or sell something. Right. Let's face it, it's sales. But it's not about the money. It's about you achieving your goals. So what are you wanting to do? We still lay that plan out from day one. And that's what I ask people. Hey, what do you want to achieve? And I'm going to help you do that as best as I can.
Yeah. And I love that about y'all's dynamic in the team, because y'all both have very different, I guess you would say, like strong suits. So I always say, like for me and Dalton, like he makes up my weaknesses, where it's the same for you guys, which is why it's such a dynamic duo. This is something that I'm going to brag on just a little bit. I know y'all don't like to brag. Y'all have 177 plus 5-star reviews. Like what? That's insane on Google. So obviously you're winning clients, you're helping them win. Why do people choose you? What do you think?
I think it's how honest we are and how direct. I like to lead by example. So I'm not going to coach to you if you call me to sell your house to do anything that I wouldn't do on my own house. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think people see that. I think they see that I'm more on their level versus speaking over them.
Right.
Try to speak to people and just realize where they're coming from to help them the best way I can. I think that brings the reviews in without.
We had like communication, because how many people do you hear in the community? Oh, it's so hard to get a hold of so-and-so. And, you know, so I think you valued that too from your background, and realize, hey, I want to be in the know. I want to know what's going on, especially when you're spending a lot of money and it's your property. And, you know, whether it was your mom's or it was your grandma's or your sister's house, you want to know what is going on because you value that. That's your history, or it's your memories, or, you know, your finances. And I think that's something from the very beginning, people have always say, that's something that you do. They can never say that Ethan Brady does not communicate.
One of my favorite things is it's okay if you don't know something.
Amen.
Like it really is. If I'm not afraid to tell somebody, hey, that's a great question, but I don't have an answer. I really don't know. But give me 30 minutes and I'll call you back.
Yeah.
I think so many people in any industry, not just real estate agents, but it could be,
Slummy, greedy, whatever. Yeah.
they're scared to pick up the phone or text somebody back because they don't want to be put on the spot because they may not know something. That's okay. We're human. We don't have to know everything, but I'll do my best to get you the right answer.
Yeah.
And I think people like that. I like it.
You know. Yeah, I think when it comes to you guys are very honest people, but then y'all meet people where they are. And that's such a value in life, but also in this business. Because I think sometimes, like you said, I mean, we work with a ton of agents. You see a ton of agents in the community that they come in and you can tell it is sometimes for a dollar sign. So it's really nice to see people just meet someone where they are. And then, like you said, I love the fact that you will not tell somebody, hey, do all this landscaping because it's something you wouldn't do to your house. You're telling them to get value and to help them flourish. How about that? You guys are amazing. Tell me this is fun. Who's more organized between both of you guys?
I think even in a broad spectrum is the organization one about scheduling and finances and goals and things like that before day-to-day things. So knowing we have to be here by this time and we need this much time for drive time and the girls for this, and I think that's more me. So that's another thing that we can kind of help each other and reel somebody in or bring back to reality and no, we don't have time for that.
Yeah. So have y'all ever went to like a listing appointment and it's just like kind of ran over because y'all started talking and then Mary's like, dude, we about to go.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm the talker.
Okay. I can see that. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about listings in general. Y'all, I feel like have a great mixture. You're very listing heavy. Mary, you've helped a ton of buyers already, but like together, you guys are helping so many people change their life. Tell me a little bit on the listing side, and then we'll talk a little bit about the buy side. But listing side, obviously, we know that every cousin, brother, whoever, they know about 10 realtors. So why do you think people are choosing to have you list their home?
I think word of mouth spreads to who they should use.
Yeah.
I know, like you said, a ton of realtors before I got in the industry, but I'm very direct. Help you prepare your house before it goes on the market in the right way, where you should and shouldn't spend your money.
Right.
And everything's transparent. I'm not going to do anything that shouldn't be done or do something without your permission. I always keep my clients in the loop. I think they really respect that. I think I hear a lot of talk, on the streets that, man, I just don't know what's going on, or I fell out of the loop 10 years ago, or man, I didn't have this experience. So my goal is just to make this something memorable along people's journeys.